Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, or whatever time it may be for you. I'm recording this in the evening. And first of all, I want to apologize if there have not been any Portal 2 or Bioshock Let's Play updates recently. I've been busy with preparations for the holidays and schoolwork and other things of that general nature, so I apologize for that. They will be forthcoming, it just will take some time. In the meantime, though, I've decided to bring you into one of my favorite games, aside from some of the other ones I'm playing right now, which is World of Tanks. That's right, folks. We're heading into the MMO world today. We're gonna play some World of Tanks, and we're gonna do some with some of the new, or some of my new, premium tanks here. We'll start with, this is a personal favorite of mine. We're gonna be doing battle in the Excelsior. And the Excelsior gets very good matches a lot of times. You'll see the Excelsior near the top of a match list, at least in my experience. As you can see, we're already into it. 23 seconds to game start. Or 2018, well, I can't keep up with that. So we're going to set for full throttle. And get ready to head out here. Excuse me. You can see there's some of the new Japanese tanks already that are premium, already kind of leaking into the main game. The update 8.10 that will release the full Japanese tech tree isn't quite finished yet, so we'll see what happens when that comes around. But anyway, we're just gonna kind of drive on past that M3 Lee over there. I'm sorry for the background noise. You must be hearing my headset's kind of sitting awkwardly on my ear right now. There's a cliff right here. I would drive straight off of it, but the Excelsior won't handle that fall real well. So while we have a minute, let's point out some of the features of the Excelsior. Good frontal and good rear armor. Paper side armor. Decent turret armor. Decent reload time for a tier 5 heavy. One major drawback to the Excelsior is its aiming. I believe it has a .47 at 100 yards variance, which is relatively high. And its penetration on the gun is an average roll of 91. Not high at all. But as the old saying goes, I've just been detracked by an AMX-13 artillery piece on the opposite team. But the track is up and running again. You'll see in the bottom I have a repair kit, a medical kit, and I'm also using 100 octane gasoline in this tank. Which, despite the fact that the tank has a relatively high speed to begin with, I like having the little bit of extra boost that the high octane fuel gives, especially in a tank that is so reliant on its speed. I mean, the speed of this tank is comparable. It goes faster than the French AMX-13, which isn't really saying much, but the AMX-13 is a light tier 4 that has a top speed of 20 something. This top speed going on flat surfaces, not uphill, forgive me, is in the range of 30. 32 is what is our holding speed. There are some tier 5 lights that can't maintain quite this fast. So we're going to see it. And I've just spotted all their artillery sitting quietly on a hill for me. And at this point, I really don't have to do much of anything. Their AMX-13 is trying to come over and say hi. In fact, all our artillery's coming over. I guess they're not all that happy that I came over here and. So that's it for their artillery. Now let's start. We're gonna start picking away at their. I can't tell what I'm shooting. As funny a statement as that is that an Excelsior? No, it's a Churchill one. I'm actually going to move up this hill simply for the reason that I don't want to get killed by the Churchill, and I know he will if he can get if he can get a shot off. I've also managed to find a Panzer IV up here. Hello. I'm gonna shoot you now. That's a Panzer III. Oh well. Panzer III, Panzer IV. Same difference. They all blow up. All right. So now the enemy is definitely on the back foot. And what do you do when the enemy is on the back foot and your team is leading? Do what I'm about to do. Side shot, tank destroyer. Come on, load, 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 load. I want the kill on the Churchill. Dang it. Oh well. 4 kills in the Excelsior. Mastery badge first class. Just a hair breath away. But with the premium bonus, 44,000 credits and almost 1,500 experience points. Cool headed, survive at least 10 ricochets and non-penetrations. I don't know what that was from. It must have been from that Panzer III that was shooting at me. And then steel wall because I took so many hits from the artillery and the Churchill. So you can see all the vehicles I damaged or spotted. Some detailed information here. Team score for me, top of the list. What is Confederate? I don't know. Ah, oh yes, top of the list for me. 4 kills and 1,174 points of damage. Most anybody on the opposite team was the Wolverine with 786. So we have demonstrated that one. Moving to something I like a little bit less, and this is the Matilda Black Prince. Now I know some people are going to immediately start thinking, "Why are you driving the Black Prince around? The Black Prince is garbage." Blah blah blah. Yes, the Black Prince is slow. It's slower than a snail. But give the Black Prince credit where it's due. While it may have less armor than the Matilda, its gun is relatively decent. And the fact that it has such a high rate of fire means you can literally just pour ammo at a target. And 55 rounds gives you a lot of ammo to work with. But as I said before, the Black Prince is the slowest tank I have ever driven. Like, I wish they would fix this. I don't care if they reduce its real if they increase its reload time. Give it a more powerful engine, please. It's like driving and I don't know. I just don't know what to call it. I mean, it's a medium tank, and most heavy tanks can outrun it. And you quite literally get outrun by a medium tank. SU-100Y, another Soviet premium. We'll touch on him in a little bit. So now we're entering what everybody calls the Magic Forest. And why is it called the Magic Forest? Well, because people magically die. Getting outrun by tank destroyers, everything's just can go faster than the Black Prince. But the one good thing about the Black Prince is its angled armor. It may have thinner armor than your standard Matilda, but the armor is angled in a very interesting fashion. Also appears they sent almost nobody over here. Oh, nope, here they all come now. Now, as with it's kind of a standard with British tanks, you don't sit still. You kind of just gotta fire while moving, even if you run into a tree like I just did. Fire while moving, fire while moving. And I will use my zoom if I need to kind of get the lay of it. Now, I think my team of tank destroyers and other units has this battle well in hand. I'm gonna go. I saw a tank destroyer on my radar screen, and there's his first shot on me. I am hoping if I sit right here, I should be able. I see he's getting bounces. He's bouncing off my armor. I just used my and somebody else detract me. So there's obviously somebody else over here. Obviously, we're having a big problem with this. And see, that's the one problem. If the black print. Okay, so that was the Wolverine. I had a feeling that I was getting shot by him. But yeah, that's the problem with the Black Prince. Black Prince, it's a good tank, but like anything else, you have to kind of learn how to use it. All right, before we touch on the lumbering SU 100, let's move into the Dicker Max. The Dicker is such a fun tank destroyer. I mean, the gun on this thing is utterly ridiculous. As anyone who's played the Dicker Max will tell you, the gun is incredibly potent. Incredibly long range, very accurate. The one downside, it has, I believe, well, we'll see. It has a relatively long reload time and a slightly long aiming time. But once you get into the aim, it's very, very accurate, even at range, allowing the Dicker Max to quite literally just sit at the back of a fight and snipe. Now, see, we have almost a 10-second reload time. So it's best to make your shot. We have a 10-second reload time, not almost. It's best to make your shots count with the Dicker Max because you won't always get a second or third shot off. I almost tipped over the M5 right there. And so our M5 Stewart is heading out towards the base. Another one is slowly climbing the hill to scout, getting shot by, what is he? He's driving a KV-1S. There's already base cap going on. I can see it, as I'm sure you can too. So, and they sent. It looks like they sent most of their tank destroyers over there. That's interesting. So I'm actually just kind of sit right here because I don't. The enemy team possesses no artillery. My current position allows me some defense behind the rock formation, and especially if I move up nice and slowly with the Churchill, so the Churchill actually passes me. I see that our allied tank there got lit afire. That's not what I'm worried about. I am attempting to move into a sniping position. If I remember correctly, there should be a hole in the mountainside over here I can use to shoot at the base as they're trying to cap it. I hope that my allies in the back can hold off that Churchill long enough for me to be of use over here. So we have our first target, an enemy tank destroyer. Good side touch to the armor, 357 damage. I don't even think he's aware of my position just yet. He might be. Yes, he's aware. Doesn't matter anymore. Okay, so that was the Churchill gun carriage we just totally eradicated. I see another tank destroyer. That is a possible. And see, okay, he's got range on me. I need a backup. Ah. Yep, Hellcat got the better of my front armor there. Black Prince, or its battle at rather, won the game. Okay, let's take a tour with. You know what? Let's not. We're not even going to bother with the FCM 36. It has no purpose in life. I don't know why I own it. It's given to me as a gift. I never use the stupid thing. So we have an SU-100Y, and we're battling in the Arctic region. Now, my favorite thing to do on this map is to, especially if you're playing the tank destroyer, position along from this side, the right flank, which is where the green outline is pointed on the minimap. Position the tank destroyer along the right flank, and as the enemy comes down that pass, your forward tanks, because there's always at least a few of your team who will go over there to try to block them, engage them, and if you sit just right so that you can kind of hide, you can quite literally just pick them off, especially with a tank destroyer like the SU-100Y, it has a really long reload time, but it's a very potent weapon. The gun on this sucker is huge. I believe we have a Matilda. Is there a Matilda in here? No, what is he? Not an Excelsior. He's an what is he? Oh, he's a Cromwell. Looks somewhat similar to an Excelsior, doesn't he? Alright, so here we go. Alright, get into position. And this is where I like to kind of sit. Just sit right here. And see, here comes their first kind of suicide tank. And his track is within my field. What is he that he could bounce my shot? Oh, it's a Panther. Panther will bounce my fire. Oh, something's got range on me. Oh, if I had to guess, I'd say artillery's hitting me. Nope, Tiger. SU-122 does me some does some damage to the SU-100Y. The problem with the tank that size, you can't really hide it anywhere. Let's do the Panzer. You know what? No, I want to take another run. We're going to wrap this up pretty shortly. I want to see if I can do another good battle in the Excelsior. The Excelsior is such a fun tank. I enjoy it so much. We're going to do it again. See if we can get more kills this time. Maybe break Master Gunner and get to Ace Tanker. And this map, my usual tactic with this map, I usually get matched as a tank destroyer, would be to sit on the left-hand side in the town and snipe the alley. With the speed that this tank possesses, I'm actually going to try to take up the hill and just kind of engage the enemy in a more forward fashion. Same thing like I usually go down that little valley if I'm matched to this map as a scout tank. I seem to get matched to this map as my ELC AMX quite frequently. Especially since I added the 90mm cannon. Which with its incredibly long reload time is more of an artillery piece. I'd love to see that happen. If any World of Tanks people who know who are part of the development process or ask questions, spun me out. Anyway, I'd love to see it be possible to like the Su-76. It was an assault gun and a tank destroyer, or any of the tanks that mount howitzer type guns on them. If it would be like doable to like make it so that well, hold this thought. We're gonna start opening up with a decent gun, with the gun that the Excelsior has on her. I'm getting bumped around by this stupid KV-1. So we have a tank destroyer climbing the mountain. I guarantee you when he gets up there, he's going to start shooting down at us. So far, no damage to either side. Um, one of the new tank, there's a KV-220 in the game on the opposing team. That makes me more than a little uneasy. KV-220 is a big and powerful tank. We're gonna kind of. I know there's a tank destroyer somewhere in the immediate area. I know he's there because I saw him get scouted, and I almost am 100% sure he didn't leave. See, there he is. I think I can hit him from where I'm sitting, can't I? Nope, not anymore. He's backing down the hill. He's getting chewed up by the artillery. Okay, well, it's time for the Excel. I keep getting. I gotta back off. I keep getting tracked by the bishop. And now I got shot. Oi. Yeah, I got shot in the back by the KV, by the T1 heavy. There was no real way out of that. Got a little bit too brash, pushed a little bit too far forward, but oh well. Last thing we'll do. Let's see if I can get. I'm gonna see if I can get MASH into a good battle with the ELC AMX for you. It's not a premium tank. I've done all premiums this tonight, but I've been matched into a scouting role, and I'm in Ruinberg. Scouts have a tendency, as everybody knows, to die rather rapidly. So, and I'm matched alongside a Lux. So, first thing we'll do is I'll see if I can't find him in my view. I'll tell them to follow. See if he respond. See if he'll respond. I'll meet up with him, and we're gonna. He's a tier 4. I'm a tier 5. I want to head into. Now what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna head up, and we're gonna head up to the other end. I ran into a tree. Damn it! Now the Lux and I almost match point for point speed. So I won't necessarily catch up, but I'll be able to match his speed pretty well. As he goes off to the side. Lux and I making our way up. We're outrunning most of our support tanks, so we're kind of gonna have to keep it kind of cool and just sit and wait for them to come to us. I'm gonna actually call it a halt right here because we're small little we are quite little. We're little tiny cockroaches. That is the Lux in the ELC in a nutshell. I know there's another ELC coming down the main drag. Wait for him. We both missed each other. Another one came up behind me. We got two ELCs heading in the backfield. We're gonna move to engage these ELCs. My gun is nearly reloaded. No contact. The Lux is doing a better job than I am simply because he has a much faster reload speed and his gun is much more accurate. I'm gonna ram the bitch. The Lux doesn't get him. I most certainly can't at this distance. Okay, so we got the two ELCs, so the two scout tanks are done. So now the Lux and I, Angel 12 ATB, are gonna head back up into the northern section. According to the readout, we have lost two heavy tanks and a medium already. That's pretty severe damage considering all four of their heavies are still totally operational. I just like plowed into my comrade there, trying to. Lux and I are doing okay. Yep, got it. We have contact. I'm quite literally just gonna run away. We're just gonna run around. Come on, buddy. The Lux and I are quite capable of literally capable of doing a circle strafe. And the gun on the Lux, and see the Lux is funny. The Lux can literally just sit under the arc of almost any vehicle. It's hilarious because it's so small. I don't know why he's not following me. Unless he got tracked, that's possible. Oh, nope, he's following Dormouse. Okay, well, I'm going to keep going this direction because I'm pretty sure that we are losing this battle severely. We have only one real chance, and it relies on this 90 mil piece of crap ass gun doing something halfway decent. That ain't it. I'm just gonna ran it. Okay, the Hellcat's done. So that's most of their tank destruction power. So the Lux and I are gonna have to rush. Are gonna try to hit their base, but I'm seeing a base tick on ours. It's pretty fast, so I'm assuming they have several tanks in ours at least. I have contact with a medium or a heavy. I'm gonna see if I can't go really quick, get around him. Ah, KV. I'm gonna sit just kind of under your fire. Yep. Oh well. There's no real hope. There's one tank destroyer moving on the base, but ours is a lost cause in this case. We'll watch the end. And of course, the Dicker Max. They were begging him to reset the cap cycle. That didn't happen. So we have lost with the ELC, and with that, we will conclude this World of Tanks special. This is not the launch of a new series. I don't want to lead to any assumptions that it is. It's not the launch of a new series, at least not at this point. If you express enough interest, I may make a more serialized version of of this. Um, this will be uploaded unedited, so everything prior to this was totally unscripted, totally unedited. Everything you heard is exactly what happened. My decision-making process. I mean, there'll be a slight trim at the beginning where I had to do some work to get everything set up. But other than that, actual gameplay, totally unedited.